Hey, Sean here from SpeedCubeReview.com. So let's take a look at the Shengshou Aurora. This is the third Megaminx this month. This is a big month for Megaminx users. This is an upgrade to the original Shengshou Megaminx. And now this one, as you can tell, I've put different stickers on. And I really put different stickers on this because, I wasn't using it. I've heard a lot of people like this, but after they modify it. If you don't modify the pieces and sand them down, really you're stuck with zero reverse corner cutting. A couple things I didn't like about this Shengshou is it felt really small. I usually like smaller puzzles, but this being 12-sided, it's sometimes hard to turn these pieces, and I just feel like I lose grip a lot on it. And that's really the biggest thing. Other than that, the puzzle worked really well. It was really smooth, which I liked about Shengshou. It kind of broke in a little bit and wasn't as smooth after breaking in, but it works fine. This new one, out of the box, I felt exactly like a broken in Shengshou with these corners modified. So if you think a modified one works really well, the Aurora out of the box will be perfect. It feels like it's been broken in. It feels like that it's been shaved off there, so that reverse corner cutting is a little bit nicer. Come on, there we go. Forward corner cutting is okay. Probably have to break in a little bit more and adjusting tensions. It's going to get a little bit better. One thing that I didn't notice for a little bit was right at these corners, it has a little bit of a bump on it, and that is awesome. I couldn't figure out why this felt so much just nicer to turn, because they are pretty much the exact same size, but it's these little bumps. It makes it so even though it's smaller, it flows, it turns really nicely. Now, one thing with this compared to the new QiYi and the new YuHu is that it feels really controllable. I don't have pieces just sliding all over the place without me meaning to do it. So there's our quick little comparison that they look about the exact same, just this being modified and having raised pieces to help for turning, and it's slight. It's a really small raise. But let's look at the internals. Now for this one, I'm going to have to take a cap off and loosen the tensions, because one thing everyone's talking about is that this cube has torpedoes. Now everyone's saying they don't understand why there's torpedoes, because it's really, really rare that a Megaminx pops unless it's on extremely loose tensions. And I've got a theory. I don't think it's to prevent popping. Oh, but this is pretty much impossible to take apart. Oh, are you serious? There we go. Whew. Okay. Let's look at edges first. Now, they kind of look similar. This is a little more flat, not as sharp, but yeah, we've got this torpedo here. Same sort of thing as the edges. It's not as flat, it kind of curves in. But that edge base, besides being a little bit bigger, actually looks very similar. So, here's my theory with the torpedo. This cube feels extremely stable. It doesn't want to wobble too much. It just wants to stay in its shape, and I think the torpedoes are helping with that. When this locks into here, it prevents the piece from moving around as much and just stays right in that track. Now, one thing that's interesting is this corner kind of wobbles. And their 5x5 did that. I don't know if this is a design to help the cube not catch because it's kind of wobbly right there, because they do it on some of their other cubes, or it's just a really weird design flaw that keeps happening in all their cubes. I'm going to assume the first one. If you're an engineer, let me know in the comment section if that would help. But I'm thinking this torpedo is not for popping, although it helps with that, but is more to keep it stable. This is really hard to get back in there. So if you want to keep your cube on very loose tensions, there you go. This is going to be it, because man, that was really hard to get the piece out and almost impossible to get the piece in. I thought I was going to break it. I was almost going to think I would have to take the whole centerpiece off. So this is another nice Megaminx. I'll go more over this in the next mega comparison I'll do, but I want to test them in a lot more. It seems that this, the QiYi and the YuHu, are all equally top cubes. The difference is how they feel and what you would want with them. I can't see one of these really performing a crazy amount better than another one, depending on what you like to use. That QiYi one feels very fast, light, almost feels like it's what a lot of the newer 3x3s are feeling like. The YuHu is a little bit tighter, controllable, but a little bit larger and heavier. And this one feels very light and like a modified old school cube, which a lot of people really want that. Plus, this one, very loose tensions would work. But yeah, I definitely need to break this in to see how corner cutting adjusts, to see if it picks up a little bit more. But other than that, thank you for watching. Please leave your thoughts and questions in the comment section below. Hit like and subscribe for more content like this in the future. And as always, stop by speedqbview.com for more news and reviews.